why you should never, ever pay a collection company, and what to do exactly if you're looking to remove these collections yourselves without paying a credit repair company. So guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Eduardo, and in this channel, we talk everything to do with personal credit, business credit, aged corporations, and how to be able to travel the world for a fraction of the price. So today, guys, I'm going to explain to you the steps that you need to make in order to remove any type of collections and why you should never pay a collection company. Now, why you should never pay a collection company, this is exactly why. So when you borrow money from a financial institution, you sign a legal contract with the financial institution that it's your responsibility to pay that financial institution. We're gonna say that you did PNC, for example. PNC is one of the biggest banks in the United States, right? It's a great bank to be able to get money from. But say you borrowed, I don't know, you had a $20,000 personal credit card with PNC, right? You didn't pay that credit card for some reason, you went through some financial trouble, and you didn't pay that credit card. What's gonna happen is that at some point, PNC is gonna say, you know what? John Smith didn't pay this credit card. After 3 months of you not paying, they're going to send that account to collections. Now, this is something to keep in mind, guys. Banks like American Express, they're pretty relentless and they do a lot of their collections in-house. So if you screw up the relationship with American Express, it is gonna be very challenging to get back with them, right? But most banks and most companies, financial institutions, what they're going to do is that they're going to sell that debt. So what happens, say you maxed out the credit card, you have $20,000 and you didn't pay it, right? So they're going to sell that debt to a collection company, say they're gonna sell it for $5,000, right? So they're paying 25% of the actual debt. Now, say ABC Collections now start sending you messages, sending you kind of all this stuff, like pretty much messages, calls, telling you that you have to pay them. Now, this is where it is very important to know this. Because of the consumer laws, you legally never signed a contract with that collection company to that third party. So legally, you have no legal responsibility to pay that collection company. Even though they're collecting per PNC, they're collecting for them. No, they bought the debt, right? So this is what happens. There's a few reasons why you do not want to pay the debt. And then we're gonna go into what are the first steps that you need to do in order to eliminate any type of collection, if that's something that you want to do personally without hiring a credit repair company. So the reason, number one, once that collection goes to your account, to your credit, and say you end up paying or negotiating with them, the collection is not going to disappear. The account itself, it's not going to disappear from your credit. So it's still going to negatively impact your credit, right? Number two, right? It's going to continually affect your credit score. And then three, it's a lot easier to get the whole account removed because legally, you don't have any responsibility with that collection company, right? Now, keep this in mind. Your relationship with whether it's PNC or any type of financial institution is going to be affected, right? So if you didn't pay them the $20,000, it's going to take a while to you might not even, depending on the financial institution, you might not even be able to bank with them, right? Again, but there are ways that you can kind of repair that relationship at some point. That's a topic for another video. So if you wanted to start taking action to delete those collection companies yourself, this is the first thing that you're gonna wanna do. So follow along and I'm gonna show you. So this is exactly what you want to do before you do any type of credit repair. Now, a lot of people attempt to do credit repair themselves, right? And they lack to do a lot of steps. Now, guys, I don't run a credit repair company. What I do is that I help people get a lot of money on the business side. However, if you don't have good credit, you're not going to be able to get hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to scale your business, or to get hundreds of thousands of dollars at 0%, or be able to travel the world for a fraction of the price. So this is exactly why I like making these videos, guys, because I want you guys to have optimal credit so you can actually do everything that you can do when it comes to getting some real money to be able to grow. So I'm gonna show you guys exactly what you need to do here. So a lot of people are not familiar with the secondary bureaus, right? So what are the secondary bureaus? So most people know Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, which are the main 3 credit bureaus that report all your data, right? So the secondary bureaus are a layer underneath that. So whenever people go for credit repair company or for any type of credit repair, what Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion are actually doing is that they're going to companies such as LexisNexis, Innovis, CoreLogic, SafeStream, ARS, like some of these secondary bureaus, to verify any type of information, right? So whether you have a collection, whether you have a bankruptcy, maybe a repo, medical bills, whatever it might be. So one of the main things that you guys want to do whenever doing any type of credit repair is freezing your secondary bureaus, like it says over here. Now, if you guys want this document, I'm gonna have a link right underneath where you guys can get this exact document. Now, there's 2 ways of kind of freezing your secondary bureaus. Now, the reason why we want to freeze and like of the secondary bureaus is that it blocks any type of creditor or any person from getting the information from that credit bureau. So, for example, if you go on Experian, right, and you just lock your credit, you literally, if you have the app, you can download it, and you literally press it, you lock your Experian. Now, if any type of financial institution is going to try to look at your Experian credit report, it won't let them, right? So the same exact thing is going to happen here. What you're going to do is that by freezing your secondary bureaus, you're going to avoid TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian from getting any of the information that is in, for example, LexisNexis here, right? So you can, for LexisNexis, guys, I put the link right over here. There's the mail. You can actually either call them or mail them. Some of them you can actually do it online. Like LexisNexis is one of the ones that is super big on bankruptcies, right? So one of the main things that you want to do is freeze your LexisNexis so that when you're disputing any type of information with Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, they're not able to get to LexisNexis, right? So just gonna go through some of the secondary bureaus, guys, that are the main ones, right? We have LexisNexis over here. Then we also have Innovis. You can use online to opt out and to freeze it, right? Then you have CoreLogic. You have it right over here. You can do the online. You can also call them. Some of them you can do online. You can call them, or you can always send them by mail. But just sending them by mail, most people don't want to go all the way to whatever FedEx or the UPS to just send this. So it's just a lot more convenient to obviously do it online or by phone, right? Then we also have SafeStream, guys. It's another one. And then we have ARS, right, which is Advanced Resolution Services. Now, these are some of the main credit bureaus that you guys are going to want to opt out, especially, again, with removing collections, with removing late payments, with removing anything like that, so that when the credit bureaus are going to look at the information, they cannot verify it. Now, legally, guys, any information that cannot be verified, like the credit bureaus have a legal responsibility to verify any type of erroneous information, right? So if they cannot verify the information legally, they're gonna have to delete it. However, it might take 1, 2, 3 letters to be able to, that you're gonna have to send so that you can get that collection deleted or you can get that bankruptcy deleted. Now, I know bankruptcies can be quite lengthy. I'm not even gonna talk about bankruptcies because I don't personally do credit repair, but I have done a lot of collections and I have done just medical bills and charge-offs and things like this that you're able to eliminate them by yourself without even hiring a credit repair company. Now, guys, before hiring any type of credit repair companies, try to do this yourself. Nobody cares more about your credit than you, right? So I am in the credit space and I've worked with a lot of credit repair companies, and some of them are really, really good too at the beginning, and then they start kind of fading off, and then you're not getting the results that they used to get before, right? So again, guys, always try to do this yourself because nobody cares more about your credit than you do. So again, guys, if you did get some value, make sure that you share this video with someone that is going to benefit from this. And these are the exact steps that you want to take. Make sure that you freeze all your secondary credit bureaus before you do any type of dispute, and then you can move forward to doing the disputes and sending the letters. Hope you're having the best day of your life, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone that you feel is gonna get some value. Hope you're having the best day of your life, and we'll see you on the next video.